Frank, at what point of the film did you know that this was like really special and magical? I mean, obviously when you first got started, it's like, okay, we'll do this. We'll let them film me. This will be fun. But like, at what day did you go, wait a minute, something I didn't expect is happening here?
Well, when they filmed me in the toilet, would cover that one.
In your heart. But seriously, in your heart, when did you know this was really special?
I really... When I went into the Cafe Gratitude for the first time, what I was really, I mean, I'm going to try to answer your question, is that because during the filming, I mean, I walked into the film, I was really unhealthy, I was nearly 300 pounds, I was really sick, very lonely, very despondent, and feeling emotionally and spiritually disconnected. And I walked into a community that challenged all of those things. And I went into this restaurant. I had no idea of what a vegan really was. Actually, it sounded like something, you know, like an alien from outer space. I come from the planet V. I'm a vegan. I didn't know what it was. I didn't even know that raw food existed. I mean, I had celery and carrots with ranch, you know. I mean, basically, I didn't understand there was this whole thing going on. It was alien to me. And so I walk into this place, into this restaurant, and was met with an enormous amount of warmth. And when being overweight, the irony of being overweight is like I walked down the street and eclipsed the sun, but I felt unseen. I just felt that people were seeing how fat I was. And I walked into this place and people were very, very kind, and I felt like I was being seen. So even though that, you know, that the whole raw food thing is like really healthy and very positive, what was being nourished was something deeper. I needed my spirit and my soul nurtured and just, you know, touched, because that's what I needed, and that's what these people offered me. And so that's what was special. As far as like what you're talking about, I didn't feel that until we started taking the film on tour and started to see this, and then I started to reflect on the magic of that moment. But at the time, what was happening was there was something being awakened inside of me that had been dormant a very long time. And one of the things about these guys was like when it was so energetic and so enthusiastic and so idealistic, and it nudged that part of me that had been asleep, that remembered when I was idealistic. You know, I was a teenager in the '60s, so like that's like the height of idealism. You know, next to the Renaissance. I mean, that's like really idealistic stuff. Maybe the Transcendentalists, but that's just to let you know I have a humanities education. Use those words. Yeah, I want you to like me. I want you to know I'm smart, so I'm going to do all kinds of shit like that. So, but they reminded me about that, and I started to remember, and it started to awaken the idealism in me, and I started to remember that there was this part of me that was alive. So, I'm not sure if that answered your question, but it answered somebody's, I'm sure. Yes, ma'am.
That scene when you were crying